What up, my friends? What up, my friends? Happy whatever day it is today, Thursday. Hope y'all are doing well. Thank you guys for those of you guys that stopped by a little bit earlier on. I saw Hennessy was in the house. I saw Universal Hector was in the house. Carly and Kiko. Enrica is in the house. Hope all is well with all of you guys. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are having a fantabulous day. What up, Hector? What up? What's up, Jimbo? So yeah. So first and foremost, I'm going to address the number one question that I've been getting via IG, via text messages, via all of this. Ice images, what is up? What's the reasoning behind my post? If you guys saw my IG post and stuff, leaning one way or the other. Um, you know, am I leaning all the way to the left? Am I leaning all the way to the right? The only thing I'm gonna say is I lean in my own lane. That's the way I'm gonna address that. Now, I do believe I'm a firm believer in. I believe in. I believe in life. I believe in happiness. I believe in free choice. I believe in think whatever the hell you want to think. Whether you agree with me or you don't agree with me, that's fine. Because if you agree with me, cool, we're on the same wavelength. If you don't, guess what? We just don't agree. You know what I'm saying? Jimbo, who I just saw pop in, he don't eat fish. Do I agree with that? Hell no. Do I hate him any less? Hell nah. He still comes around. You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up, Corey? How you doing, brother? Yes, Hector. Do whatever the hell it is that makes you happy. That's the moral of the story. You know what I'm saying? But your happiness can't infringe on somebody else's happiness. That's I'm a firm believer of that. And absolutely right. Everyone is entitled to their opinions. So that's what my post was towards. My post was towards just I don't value even the most hated person. Now, I do believe people are entitled to get an ass whooping. Don't get me wrong on that. Some people have one coming, you know, and but that's not killing. But then again, those days are gone. Those days are long gone. What up, Sanchez? How you doing, man? Little Mermaid float catch fire last Wednesday. So sad, everybody. Crazy. Didn't hear about it, man. Little Mermaid float. Where was this? Um, so, I think those days are long gone. I had homies. You guys have disagreements about this, and this. Y'all feuding about a girl. Y'all feuding about this, and one of y'all about to catch an ass whooping. But then after that, y'all hug it out, right? And you can be like, it's all good. It's all gravy. There's plenty of fish in the sea. And I'm a fisherman, so let's go fishing. You know what I'm saying? So that's more like what it is. I don't lean either which way. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. And if anybody knows me, I don't talk politics. I don't believe in this. But one thing I definitely don't do is glorify death. Death is forever. I'm a firm believer in that. Mental health is a very important thing as well too. So that's pretty much where that's coming toward. Again, it's not to publicize which way I lean, because I don't lean either which way. When you're as round as I am, there is no leaning. It's just rolling, and you roll whichever way you feel most happy rolling. So just want to put that out there. So again, it would be naive of me not to mention that today is the anniversary, 9/11. What is it, 24 years ago? 9/11, country changed, it just changed. A lot of things changed. Everything from flying, everything to flying to travel to everything. Everything's changed. What's up, Jackie and baby? My bestie's in the house. So it's crazy because I think about it. So I think every 9/11 I kind of touch bases on it, but again, I know everybody was doing something a little bit different on 9/11 when everything happened in the morning time, and it's just kind of funny. And I think one of the stories that I always think about is when I woke up in the morning, I turn on the TV and it's like a double take. Like, wait, well, what the hell's happening in New York? That's crazy. I don't know what the hell is this, like, for real? Is this for real? And then as we're getting ready to go to school, I think I had a late start that day. Uh, we heard that there's a rogue plane that was out there, and one of the destinations on our heightened alert was like places like there's like this thing out in San Diego. I don't know, for lack of a better term, the nuclear thing that Kind of looks like two boobs on the way down to San Diego. I don't know the name of it, but that was like a target of interest. JPL was a target of interest. So that's the one that I'm actually going to talk about. So if y'all don't know what JPL is, it's Jet Propulsion Laboratory out in La Cañada-ish, California. What's up, Rika? How you doing? How's everything? How's my man Kobe doing, man? You hugging that man daily for me? I hope you are. I was living in London when that happened. So yeah, hold on, guys. Give me a second. Hey. Yes.
Mutluk.
Mutlak.
Lak.
Yeah. What's up, Hennessy? No bacon. What's up, Doom? How y'all doing, guys? Man, cheers to all of you guys. Thank you guys so much. So we're just talking about 9/11. If you guys have any experiences of like what y'all felt that morning of, I was scared. I didn't even go front. I'm not even going front. So I'm gonna tell you what's up. So we heard, so JPL, Pasadena, La Cañada, whatever one you want to call it, Pasadena, right there. That's where they were saying that was on heightened alert. I think they even evacuated it. And I told my mom, I'm like, man, do I got to go to school? She goes, oh, yeah, you got to go to school. I'm like, wow, no. I'm like, going to be watching as I drive over the hop-alongs. Oh, man, when you get to her, kick her a good leg. That'd be awesome. So let me tell you why. Let me see if I could share this. Let me see. All right, let me see if I could bring this up. I don't know if y'all could see that. All right, here we go. So here we are. Google Maps. I got picked up from school. Let's see. Got picked up from school. Mom was dead silent and cried driving home. We saw it in school, but didn't understand the severity. Yeah, how serious? Yeah, we didn't understand the severity. I mean, I was 18 already. No, 17. I was my senior year in high school. But here, let me see if I could actually, I don't know if you're able to see it, but right underneath here, I think it's going to be kind of hard. Let me see if I could zoom in just a little bit. But right underneath, I don't know if you guys could see the cursor on the bottom left, there's where it actually says St. Francis High School. In fact, that was my high school, right underneath where it's in that area. So if you go up just a slight bit, you'll see there's like a park, but JPL is like right in the area. So literally, if I were to take this and kind of, you'll see it that there's right here, St. Francis, and then JPL, all this area right here. That's how close I was to JPL. Like I was like stupid close to it. It's literally the map, for whatever reason, usually maps look closer than they actually are. But in my case, it was actually a lot closer than the map looked. And I was like, damn, we could see JPL from like our classroom on the top. And we're watching cars just scoots on by. They're scooting on by and they're scooting on by. And they're getting evacuated. And my ass is here in class. And then we asked the teachers, I'm like, hey, could y'all let us out, man? Because what if something goes down to JPL? Say, hey, y'all be fine. Y'all be fine. I'm like, oh, Lord. I'm like, so that was a scary day. Thank God I was a senior. So we got out about 1:10 every Friday, but the rest of the school didn't get out to like 2:10. So, I figure as long as I can make it to 1, I get the hell away. Touche. Goodbye. So it was just crazy. It was crazy times. It was just insane. We went home from work a little early because there were rumors that the tube was going to be shut. Oh, what? Oh, like the was that like your travel way in some way? Yeah, it was kind of crazy to say the very least. Lots of rumors. No one knew what was happening, and I don't know. It just the London Underground. I got you. That makes sense. I went to New York 6 months later. It was weird, but all the New Yorkers were really friendly. I think when you have situations like that, especially with when it comes down, like especially 9/11. As Americans, we do want to believe that we still got the best that the world has to offer. Tragedies like 9/11, I think we definitely saw the best that New York had to offer then. Even after the Eaton fires, and the Palisades fire, we showed a lot of what the best of what Angelinos had to offer. Um, it was shocking, and in many ways, we were just kind of dumbfounded, just sat there, just looking on as to like just how people rallied together, how rally people rallied together to get food donations, clothes donations, all this donations. It's like the best of what humanity had to offer. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Tip Twin? What's up, Henry? How you doing, my twin? How goes it, brother? In a meeting, but listening in. All good, my guy. All good. Um, yeah, So I mean, I take it back to as being throwback because it was just it was just weird. And I remember, I think for the first thing, I like how Louise said flights were really cheap too because it was only 6 months later. Yeah, you could buy a flight relatively cheap anytime, But I remember things did get kind of stale after that September 11th through the holidays because everything was on heightened alert. You were scared to do this or scared to do that. Yeah, it was a lot. It made for a very interesting freshman year, especially like when we had events, stuff like security was super heightened. Um, and little things too. I think like when we traveled, like the implementation of like the 3 ounce rule of the travel size things that you could take on with your carry on. Even people going up to the gate, which I think was always one of the coolest things. Like when family would fly in or you would fly family out, and you were able to go straight to the gate itself and hang out with them until it was time for them to fully leave. And I think when they started implementing, you needed a boarding pass to get beyond this point. That was like a shocker for a lot of people too. Like, damn, I can't wait, where, what, huh? Like a bunch of different questions, and especially like it was my folks taking my grandparents to the airport. They would walk up to the gate, get them out to the gate, make sure they were good, and then walk on back, and then that all changed. And that's never came back to what it was, Um, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit scared going over there so soon, but then I thought if there's my time to go, then it's my time to go. And I think in many ways people live in that world of fear. You know what I'm saying? I try not to. It's not to say I'm like a loose cannon that I'm just gonna go and do what I need to do and just reckless. I'm not. But I made a joke. I don't know. It's probably just the most tasteless joke ever. But it was like when we were, if you guys checked out the aerial tram video when we did in Palm Springs, where we went all the way to the top. And then I was making fun of Jimmy because Jimbo was holding on, man. He was holding on at rail hardcore. And I told him, I was telling Amy, I was like, I don't know why Jimbo's holding on to that rail so damn tight. Because if this cable snaps, holding on ain't gonna do nothing, you know. And it's the same thing. I laugh about the plane. I don't know why you make me put my seatbelt on. Because if this thing goes into the mountains, that seatbelt ain't gonna help me in any way, shape. I remember that joke. I was like, you know, faith over fear. That's how I try to live. Absolutely. I am 100% there with you, And it's just kind of crazy, man. It's just, I think it's just it's now that it's hard. And sometimes it's much easier said than done that you could live your life, you know, if you live a life in fear, then you tend to miss a lot of good things in life. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly try to do you know, my hand on everything I love. I do try to find the good in people, in humanity, like just in general. Sometimes it's hard, don't get me wrong, because people really test your gangsters sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But I really made it my conscious effort since January to really just see the good, because the good in people is there. You know what I'm saying? And then even when we talked about it, when people say, do you still talk to so and so and so so, even if I don't for whatever reason, I remember I take away that positivity that I get from those people, and I tried. If they're not in my life, they're not in my life. It is what it is. They're gone. That's it. Um, that's it. They're gone. But I still try to remember the good stuff. There's people here I don't know why they don't talk to me anymore. They won't say. And it doesn't even matter because I remember the good that they've done for me and the fun we used to have, and I hold on to that. And if they ever come back, they come back, and if they don't, they don't. I can't run around walking on eggshells my whole life. You know, um, I was 21 when that happened, going to work. That's crazy. So, if you don't mind saying, where did you work at that time? Because I know a lot of businesses shut down because they said, hell no. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. I have no idea what's going on over there. You know. Oh yeah. What's up? What's up? We were just talking about the events of 9/11, man. And the mayor of Chicago is in the house. What is up, Felix? Hey, brother. So I know I'm always updating you on what the plans are, but as you know, plans change on a consistent basis. But the kid is talking about Lollapalooza next year, man. Lollapalooza. And I said, what better place to go? It's in Chi-Town. It's a great festival. We know people. Let's make this happen. So we're definitely gonna try to cop them tickets to Lollapalooza. And yeah, that's the plan. And member extraordinaire Daniel Delgado in the house. What is up, my brother? Hope all is well with you. But I'm just thinking, because it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. Because I was thinking, okay, we talking about Throwback Thursdays, minus the year that happened with everything with 9/11. Um, what was popular back then? What did we do? What was the thing to have? What was that must see, must do, must have, must eat? You know? Um, what's up, D? Our Jurassic Chaos is in the house. Dude, we had to go pick up some stuff from Target. We got back and the live stream was over. I forget that y'all's network reception be fighting over with y'all at that beach, man. But that's cool, man. Beach vibes are always good, man. I hate the water, but I love their vibes. It's kind of funny how that works out that way. Man, for 9/11, I was in high school. They didn't want to let us go home. I just actually said that too. I actually just said that. Yeah, I was a senior in high school. So I had to drive myself because the last thing I heard when we were driving home, or when I was driving to school when I left home, was that they had rogue planes, and in the rogue planes, one of the places of interest was JPL, and my high school was right next to JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratory, NASA, essentially. And I'm driving toward it, and at the time, my car, it was a, what was it, a 99? No, 2000 Honda Civic. That was my first ride next to the minivan. I took my driver's test in a 96 Dodge Caravan, but I remember driving, looking up at all the stoplights. I'm like, what the deuce? I'm like, please don't let there be a plane. Please don't let there be a plane. All planes are grounded at that time, but you're just like, please don't let there be a plane. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh Lord, man. So when we got there, my mom was like, hell no, you going to school. I paid too much money for you to be at that school for you to take any days off. I was like, all right, I will go to school. But Mama, if anything happened to me, this is all you. She goes, you'll be fine. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to school. I'll go to school. Just pray for me. She goes, I'm praying. Go to school. Okay, okay, go to school. Okay, stop crying. Get your ass out that door. Okay, okay. And then we get to school, and obviously I'm not gonna be crying at school. It's an all boys school, so I'm like, yeah, can we go home or not? Nah. All right, cool. We'll just stay here. No, I'm not crying. Allergies. Yes, sir. Allergies. Allergies. Can we go home? No? All right, cool. My mama said I'm safe here though, right? I'm safe here? All right, cool. um, yeah, I don't like going in the water, but I just said looking into the ocean. True. I'm there. It's endless. I love it. I was working on the other side of London. Back then I had a Nokia, the little blue and silver. Oh, okay. The one of the ones that last forever, huh? I don't even remember. You know which I don't even remember, man. I think it was a Motorola one. We talked about it in the past, where it was like the little Motorola one that I could put holograms in there, man. It was great. Yeah, man. They said downtown might be a target. My pops works in the third building, and I was mad because they made him still go to work too, huh? I was crazy mad. I think I might still have it somewhere. I used to have one that was close to it, but the closest thing I have is this Boost Mobile one. So I had brought this in one time before, but thank God, man. Well, I had found this at home before the house burned, but let me see. I don't know if y'all can see it, but look at that hologram inside. Tell me how fresh that thing is, man. Oh man, EJ, what is up, bruh? And yeah, we used to take it apart. Look at the battery swollen. And this man, Boost Mobile, man, Boost Mobile made those heats. But let me see, was the hologram on the top or inside? Might have been inside. Let me see. I'm trying to like take apart this phone. But dude, this phone is so old. That's good, bro. I'm happy, man. And y'all, if you guys are not hip yet to EJ's Adventures, y'all definitely need to check out EJ's Adventures. A family vlog, man, they all over the place. But yeah, you used to take apart the phone like such, and then right on the top on the LED screen, you would cut down the hologram and put it on there. Too bad I can't turn this shit on though, man. Because this thing would have been so cool to turn on. But yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but you could see where the hologram sits. Like right in there. Let me see. Right there. There we go. That's probably a good look at it right there. But it's funny because the minute like the screen turns on, that hologram pretty much went away. But yeah, we used to figure out how to take apart phones back then. And even then you were able to buy these replacement cases at the mall. If you guys remember. Like, I don't know if y'all remember those from back in the days where especially with Motorola, or not the Motorola, Nextel phones, like the chirp phones, you were able to take these boys apart. You were able to get a brand new case, see-through cases, which used to be the bomb. And then some of them would be bootleg too, so they would still say Motorola on them, even though it wasn't a Motorola case. And then you would actually have you could get the antenna switch, so when the call came in, you were able to see those things pulsating with lights. Like, So it looked like your phone was actually having a damn rave in there. So yeah, like I miss those stands, man. I don't know if you guys ever remember going to those, man. Bacon Wave. Oh, thank you, brother. How's the family? Family is chilling, bro. They're chilling. We're adjusting to high school life. So we have no complaints. We went on to a parent mixer. Uh, went to a parent mixer, and there's only a couple of y'all. So, those of you guys who knows, miss seeing you guys. Yeah, bro. Hopefully, we can link up at uni one day. It's gonna be a minute till we go back to Disneyland. I don't know. I kind of want to do the holidays. Like, I really do love Christmas over there. Can't stay, but I wanted to spread the love. My sister Gain Life. What is up, my sister? Hope all is well with you. Thank you so much for popping on in. Miss you, sis. Love you. Have a great day. But yeah, and the snake game, all of that stuff is on here. So that's what I'm trying to do, is actually piece it back together. But in case you guys are just joining in right now, I'm like sitting here, just a hologram on a Boost Mobile phone in here. I wish I could get this thing to turn on. Like, I really wish. But yeah, like that was I don't know, like to me that was the golden age of technology. Like, for sure. You go in, you had these customizable phones, nothing too ampy. It's funny, I'm talking about it on the eve of the new iPhone dropping tomorrow. I don't know if any of you guys are planning on copying the new iPhone, and then you put it together like this, and that's what it looked like. But yeah, just have that thing goes and and then I don't think anyone ever used this phone like this. This was just for the chirp button. This was the annoying boop, boop. Hello, yeah, all right, cool. Boop, boop. Hey, where you at? Boop, boop. The walkie talkies. Oh my god, yeah, those were super fun. I had one too. And then I know we talked about, I think the other day, the BlackBerry, the OG BlackBerry. To me, is one of the ones that started it all, But yeah, that definitely, whoever took the battery, so I don't have the battery for it. Otherwise, I would kick this bad boy on. I remember the high school life. I lived through it with 4 girls. That's crazy, bro. Kudos to you, man. My struggle right now is with one. It's not even a struggle. It's just adapting. You know what I'm saying? And it's an all girls school. Um, so you know what? I was actually laughing. I was never tempted to get a BlackBerry. Really, I loved it. I had this one. I had the BlackBerry Storm, one and two, and then I moved on after that. I loved it. I actually didn't mind it. But it's again, it's just a couple of y'all. So I don't mind telling stories. So I did date a few girls back in the days, just a couple. Nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy back in the days, just a few chickadees, that just ironically went to the high school that Squish is at now, So I was talking to one of my friends. I'm still friends with one of them, and took some time off work today. Enjoy to get our Disney fix. Good for you, man. You guys have a blast, brother. Give the family my love. Um, I was like, we went, I meet up with them at baseball game or football games. The Friday night lights at high school. You know how that is. What's your BBM? What's up, Chilo? How you doing, my brother? Welcome on in, my guy. Hope you guys are doing very well. I saw your message on YouTube. I gotta respond. I'm gonna go do that afterwards. My BBM, dude. I used to have my BlackBerry Storm BBM memorized, like for the longest time. I don't know why I memorized that, but I think because I was the height of everybody having a BlackBerry back then. You know, um, I started with an Ericsson brick phone and then went to Nokia. I think I got a Motorola Razor Flip. I found a Flip in Vegas. It was dope. But so what's funny about it is that the girl that I still speak to that went to that school that Squish goes to is is she hit me up and she's like, "Hey, um I'm assuming you haven't told Squish about all the fun you had at Mayfield." And I said, "Absolutely not. As far as Squish is concerned, I have never stepped foot on this campus until you did your parent shadow day and your shadow day. So shh, don't say nothing about what I did back then." I miss my sidekick. Me too. We were talking about that the other day, and I still have my old sidekick prior to January in a box. So yeah, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace again. Shit, it died twice for me. Um, Squish is an amazing young lady. She's going far. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, there are some things that Squish doesn't need to know. Yeah, we're doing shh. Literally, it's like mum's the word on that one. Um, ooh, Carl's Jr. And it's funny you said Carl's Jr. You know, um, because she went to her football game, and I'm not gonna say that I was like weary of her going to her football game, but I knew that's where I was picking up, some of my chickadees. I went to all boys school, so please keep that in mind. So the only time we really got to meet girls was either one, we did something which ironically was on the campus that she was at, or you go to football games, and we had to learn the art of conversation. That's the thing. It's a craft that is no longer honed, I don't think, because it was just, you had to talk. You had to be able to just conversate, go up to somebody as goofy as you sound and be like, "Oh, hey, what up? My name is Pete. Like, what's your name? All right, cool. Yeah. Oh, where you go to school? Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah, like that. Like you were awkward, you were shy. I kind of drove by your place a few minutes ago. Someone drive by my place, man. Someone say hello. Um, so it's the art of conversation may be kind of lost with some of these kids, but you did, and you got to meet some people. And I know I had posted a short. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I did it on IG where I posted when I was in the quinceañera. You know, so fresh. They never invited me to another one. Honestly, I thought my dancing was pretty on point. I was like Chilo doing my nalguita dance in the quince to Suavemente, some other songs. I don't know, but I thought I had some moves. But at the end of the day, if you're really recapping, you know, I was in it for the girls. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. So, when Squish went, she's like, "Oh, I'm going to a football game." I'm like, "All right, be safe. Let me know where you at all damn times." So we got another football game coming up on Friday. They're having a mixer. So her school's mixing with what my old school that I graduated high school from. Um and it's cool because she's going to mixer. I'm going to an alumni event. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm pretty amped. So, we'll see what happens, Quinceañera, let's go bacon. And dude, I didn't realize how strenuous quinceañera practices were. We and I'm really trying to think about it. I don't even know how I got recruited to be in this quince because I remember how and through who. So let me take that back. I remember the girl who I ended up getting asked to go, her, but on God, I don't remember how I met that girl or how that conversation ended up happening. You know, I don't know how things work out, but I remember that was like my way in. And once I was in that quince, I kind of met like a million people after that. So that was actually pretty cool. My IG has been playing up recently. A little bit of real that freezes. So no, oh, mine's been doing the same thing. Whew, I thought it was a Wi-Fi at my house, but nah, it's mine's been doing the same damn thing. Come on, IG, get it together. I think most teenage guys were in the quinceanera for the girls. Okay, good. See, it just wasn't a me thing. It's a little bit different in that because I went to an all boys school. So I don't know if it was an all boys school thing or if it was just a boys thing, Let me get a desk and I could work from perfect. You could actually sit right over here. In fact, you could sit at my desk. I could work on my laptop. I am good. Um, I'm glad it's not just me. No, no, no. Mine has been doing the same damn thing too. So it's kind of funny, and I know a couple of y'all actually pointed it out. I haven't said anything, but it's true. Like someone asked, he goes, "Hey, by any chance, does Squish go to the same high school as Mario Lopez's daughter?" And the answer is yes. And on their IG, there was a parent mixer, and you saw us in the picture. So, um, I didn't talk to him. I was talking to some other people that I had met, and then it just never got around the conversation. But yeah, we Squish is in the class with his daughter. Um, hey, what's up, Isenia? How you doing, friend? I'm doing well. How you doing? How's everything with you? How's life? That Jollibee mascot on the wall. That's what's up. I love. Hell yeah, it is. Here. Orange Grove was up. Yes, this is actually so. The same dude who created this actually created that right here, and Squish did that. So yeah, Joe Squish actually did that too. Where's it at? Here, get the finger, right there. Squish did that. Squish did that. I don't know what else is on my wall. Hats on the wall. Um, yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, so he did this. So it's actually so if you guys have not shown him love before, that's actually his stuff right there. Jove, the art of Jove is the creator who created that. Um, so if you guys have not checked out his art, he's one amazing artist. He does everything. He draws all of these on an iPad, creates them, and then you know, brings them to life, man. So he had these. I tell him, man, you got to get back on that merch, bro, because he used to have this that had the Nedman on there, which is never erase your dreams. Um, so yeah, definitely you know, great artist, dude. But yeah, that's I love Jolly Bees. And you know what? Orange Grove, it's actually today I just feel like eating junk food for dinner. I'll be honest with you. Like I'm supposed to go home, cook up some ribs, but I feel like junk food. I don't know if you guys ever get into those moods sometimes where you're just like, you know what? I just don't feel like eating anything besides fill in the blanks. And Jolly Bees has been calling my name for the longest damn time. So the fact that you came in Orange Grove and said Jolly Bees is like my sign. I take that as my sign to be like, I need to go get it. Love Jolly Bees. I love Jolly Bees. And that's probably one of the only chicken that Squish will actually eat. And because really, she doesn't eat chicken. She really doesn't eat meat. She just eats a bunch of fish. So, yeah. I like how you guys can have your flag up but not be accused of being racist. Here in the UK, if anybody wears or flies the British flag, you're instantly labeled as being racist. Stop lying. Are you serious? Damn, that is hardcore, man. Whew. Yeah, no, I'm wearing my so prior to January, I used to have all of these hats. So every 4th of July, the lids drops the 4th of July on field hats. So I had them collected over the years. Um, and they all have like tagged up like this, and then the back of it's actually gold. So you know, I love these hats, and you know, thank God my godson's mom, my coma, end up finding me one and getting me one after everything happened. So, you know, shout out to her for that. That was so sweet. I'm fully back. Sweet. My tip twin is in the house. I have a video from EJ's birthday of me doing dance off against the bee. I am jelly. I will dance off against that bee all day, every day, baby. Y'all don't want to see it. I'll drop it. I'll bring back the quinceanera moves into this. Like y'all don't want it, man. I'll be suavementing and all of that stuff. You know. And the doctor member for 19 months. What's up, brother? How goes it, doctor? I hope all is well with you, my guy. It's been a minute, I think, since you popped in, but I love you, man. I'm so happy you're here, bro. Just found my psychic. Don't play. Rika, don't play. Oh, you got to send me a picture of that. You got to send me a picture of that. That is amazing. And everyone's giving Dr. Oh, look at this. My brother Henry just gifted someone a Parkinson membership. It doesn't show me on Streamlabs who got it, but whoever got it, thank my tip twin Henry for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, my brother, for showing some love and blessing somebody. Thank you. Yeah, it's truly sad. And it's more recent where people have been strapping the British flag to lampposts and painting the English flag on. That's crazy. I would have never known. Honestly, I mean, but I guess we don't really hear about that over here. You know, I like seeing the flag up. Yeah. I mean, Memorial Day, Labor Day, all of those, like, and it was actually kind of, I don't know. I got a little emo when I saw it around the 4th of July. No, it was Memorial Day. In Memorial Day, um, they still put up the flags around Altadena, which I thought was simply amazing because we were so used to doing that. Every year they would put up the flags, line them up the streets. But there's nothing in Altadena right now. People have started to rebuild, which is amazing to see. But the fact to see that they still held on to that tradition and put up all the flags all the way up the main street, I was kind of brought to tears a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely the city's gone but not forgotten. And that kind of just showed that too. So yeah, that was really cool. I just loves coffees in the house watching and driving and watching. Hello, friends. Thank you, amigo Henry. Oh, she was gifted. Oh, for show, for show. I hope all is well, Jess. Hope all is good with you. Hope life is good. Thank you so much for popping in and saying what's up. Um, and then again, just like Dee said, hola, amiga. Jess, safe travels. So yeah. So it's funny because when I saw Rika when she said something about Carl's Jr., um, I don't know where you guys used to hang out, and if you guys had like any dope places you guys used to hang out with back in the days, but we had a couple different spots. Like after the football game, there was a McDonald's right down the street. That would be gather spot number one. And if we really just felt like being just some G's that night, we'd go hang out at the In-N-Out was at the town over because there's another high school in that town over. And at the time, I don't necessarily know if they get along now, but at the time, we didn't get along with them, but we would go to their In-N-Out on Friday nights. And if they had a home game and we had a home game, that means all of their people were at that In-N-Out and then all of us were at that In-N-Out. And after, I mean, we were wearing like our school colors and well, not me, because I was just telling Squish that It's crazy because they have a whole spread of different t-shirts, polos, hoodies, hats that you could purchase now. When I went there, we didn't have these options of clothing that they have now. I had a hat, so I guess I was wearing my hat. And it was a baseball fitted hat, which I absolutely loved. I wish they would still sell those. I would still rock it. But that's how they knew we weren't from the school. And they would talk all this smack, and then we would talk smack back and forth. And sometimes it did get a little physical, but again, we lived in the age where you could catch an ass whooping, and at the end of the day, winners got bragging rights, losers just tucked their tail and walked behind. No cops got involved, nothing at that point. But I don't know if Squish necessarily has found that spot. I mean, for us as freshmen being at that school, we hung out at that McDonald's. In fact, we just hung out at McDonald's just in general. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, and I don't know if they even are still like that, but a lot of McDonald's used to have like um like Nintendo 64s or the GameCubes or whatever built in so you could play. So we would hang out. We would hang out at the McDonald's. We would just talk. We'd have conversations, like full blown conversations. Full blown conversations. DJ NC's in the house. What is up, my friend? I am doing well. How are you doing? Happy Throwback Thursday to you. Again, guys, if you guys Friday and Saturday, you guys need that music fix. Y'all need to check out DJ NC on Twitch and on the UBTube, man. She is putting it down. Y'all want to get amped? Y'all want to get hyped up? Y'all want to feel like y'all in that quinceañera, although that quinceañera didn't play what we were playing. But either ways, we were best music to get your day going or end your evening, I should say, or get ready for the pre-party of what's to come after that. But so yeah. But yeah, so we'd hang out at McDonald's. So I don't know where you guys necessarily used to hang out or what you guys used to do, but that was definitely one of the things that we used to do, was just hang out at McDonald's. We're talking about 3-4 hours hanging out at McDonald's, just sitting, talking, doing this, doing that. And we would never buy the meal. We'd buy stuff in segments so that they wouldn't kick us out. So we'd start off with like an apple pie, and then I'd get like a McChicken sandwich. Then I get some fries. Then I'll get a drink. Then I'll get, just so that we're like nibbling and just chit chatting and stuff. And it was free. I went to a private school, so we weren't balling with money. I'm still not balling with money. So we made do with what we had. And we made the fun what we had. If not there, we used to sit in parks. That's the first time we found out that my cousin D was allergic to the sweet and sour sauce at McDonald's. Is that the one? Yeah, the one that comes with chicken nuggets. And we went to the park, we were hanging out, and because again, 9/11 is kind of significant in a couple different ways. Like when you talk about being close to home, D had moved here from Belize, and he was in New York. One of his first weeks there was September 10th. 2001, so he was already out there, so either ways, when he came in and he moved over here, and we're still, mind you, we're seniors in high school by the time he was getting ready to come out over here, we'd hang out at the park. So it was the first time he had chicken nuggets in his life, very first time. So he didn't know what, he had ranch, he had ketchup, he had barbecue sauce, he had the sweet and sour sauce. And we're at the park and we're all hanging out, just sit down, just chit chatting or whatever. And then all of a sudden you just hear, of course. I'm like, what happened? Why are you talking like that? Dude, his lips were so fat. He got a gnarly allergic reaction to the sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's. And I mean, I laughed. I'm not even going to front. I was laughing because he saw how funny. He goes, man, what happened? I go, dude, I think you're allergic to that sauce. Here, you want some more? And he goes, well, what the fuck I don't want any more, man? Come here, we'll talk. I'm like, bro, you don't have to give me attitude. I'm just asking, do you want the rest of your sauce before we throw it away? What kind of stupid ass question is that? Don't you see that my list is bad? I can't do this. I'm like, man, bro. Again, man, if you're going to cop me with the attitude thing, you just kind of figure it out on your own, man. But then we were all laughing though. So we end up getting him over to there was a CVS that's right down the street, or at the time it was called Save On. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was called Save On. And then we got some Benadryl and gave him some Benadryl. And then after a while, his lips cleared up and he was like, man, why the hell would you ask me if I want any more sauce, knowing that shit was killing me? I go, oh no, man, I didn't want to be rude and just throw away your sauces, But I don't really remember hanging out anywhere after school events. Oh, okay. And then we'd hang out in the student union and play pool. That's what's up. That's dope. and then DJ NC loves her sweet and sour sauce, you know. Um, so, you know, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny, but that's I will always remember that story of him with the sweet and sour. So from time to time, you know, we'll go to lunch sometimes if we have to do errands or we're popping from site to site because we do have some satellite center or sites that we do go visit from time to time. We'll stop at McDonald's, get some lunch, and then you know, if we go inside and pick it up because our drive-throughs are stupid long. So we'll just park, go inside, go pick up some nuggets, and then on occasion I'll ask for some sweet and sour sauce to throw it in his bag. And then he's got the office right next to me. So you hear him, "Fool, are you serious?" I'm like, you know, just to keep the joke alive, you know what I'm saying? Just to keep it alive. But, you know, this is what we call talking about having simpler times. You know, we go through the Throwback Thursdays and we talk about how times used to be. But we didn't have iPhones, you know what I'm saying? Like where the world is at your fingertips, you know. Movie calls, movie phones, you know, if we're going to a movie, that required effort. You know, that's why I think the mall, McDonald's, the parks. These were all best bet because you know you didn't need reservations to go. You didn't need to know what time they were open till. You could just go and just simply hang out and just have a good time with it, you know. Being female, the guys didn't think I'd be any good at pool, but I ended up being quite good and because it was there most nights. You know who was a pool shark back in the days was Amy. So Amy, when I first met Amy, that's all she did was play pool. And dude, she was killing it. So that's actually, if we, you know, I won't go into the whole story, but me and her started talking shit to each other. That's originally how me and her started talking, was because we were talking smack to each other, you know, and then that smack turned into attraction, turned into love, turned into marriage, turned into squish, and here we are, almost 20 years later. 20 years later, about 21 years later, you know what I'm saying? Love the poo shark life. It is. But anyways, my friends, I don't know if you guys have heard my phone ringing. I got to get back with IT. It's funny because I think we started talking about this calendar, I think last Thursday on my live stream, and they're still working on my calendars like today, trying to figure this out too. So hopefully today will be the last day of it. Because in the process they made my computer a whole lot slower, so they're gonna hopefully fix my computer back to the way it was. But I've been working off my laptop, so typically I let them jump on, but I need my laptop to work now. So but anyways, I appreciate you guys being in here hanging out with me for a little bit. I hope you guys have a fantabulous weekend. Please party hard, don't do anything I wouldn't do twice. And you guys just remember, man, despite everything, you know, this is true love, guys. And I'm not talking about in the sappy, lackadaisical way of being like, he said true love. Nah, it's legit love. I love all of y'all in the community. I thank you guys for coming in here and just vibing out with us. So remember, we close like this, guys. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right, guys. So please, at the end of the day, guys, you guys love lots, man. Care even more. You guys have an amazing weekend. We will talk soon. All my friends, if they jump live, please show them some love. DJ NC for sure. I know it's going to be tomorrow and on Saturday. So make sure y'all check her out. All right, guys. Love y'all to death. And I will talk to y'all very soon. Bye, everybody.